So in the previous video, we had seen how to move the manuscript onto copy editing. So welcome to the fourth part of this JICNA section editor series. And in this session, we will slow down and walk through the reviewers panel in a bit more detail. Here, you will see how to view the full text of a review, email and unassigned reviewers, confirm a submitted review, thank the reviewer properly, and if needed, revert or cancel a review or decision in JICNA. So to start with, we will click on submissions, which will take us through to the dashboard, and then we will click on view to open the manuscript, and then we will go to the review stage by clicking the review tab. Now in the middle of the screen you see the reviewers panel, and this shows each reviewer you have invited and their current status. As you can see, reviewer 1, it says request sent. Reviewer 2, the request says complete, and reviewer 3, it says review has been submitted. And this also shows when the response is due. And there's a small arrow on towards the left of the reviewer's name to access more actions for that reviewer. This panel is where you will do most of the day-to-day work of managing a reviewer, this reviewers panel. Now next, let's look at the reviewer row menu, which is accessed by clicking the small arrow next to a reviewer's name. And depending on your configuration, you will usually see options like review details, email reviewer, edit, unassigned reviewer, history, and editorial notes. If you click on the review details, for example, in reviewer 3 who has submitted the review, if you click on review details, then it would open a small window showing everything about that review, the reviewer's recommendation, any files they have uploaded, and in our setting there is also a star rating where you can rate the quality of the review for future reference. The history can also be looked at to find out a short log of this reviewer's work with the journal. Help if you want to see how often they have reviewed, etc. Now editorial notes, where you can see is where available are internal notes about this reviewer, visible to editors but not to the reviewers themselves. You might use this for comments like, excellent on methods, or you might want to say often late, or you might want to say best to allow extra time, etc. In the history, you would say, you would find out like the timeline for the reviewer, like in this case, like at what time it was assigned and what time it was completed, etc. Now emailing a reviewer directly, the email reviewer option lets you send a directly logged email from within JICNA. You might use this when a reviewer is late and you want to send a personalized reminder, you need to clarify a specific point in the review, or you want to follow up about a potential conflict of interest. When you click email reviewer, the JICNA opens a message window with the reviewer's address already filled in, a subject line which you can adjust, and a text box where you can enter the message. You will keep the tone courteous and concise. For example, Doctor, thank you again for agreeing to review manuscript. I wondered if you might be able to submit your review in the coming week, or let us know if you are no longer available. We appreciate your time and expertise. Sending from within JICNA means that the message is stored with the submission, so other editors can see what has been agreed. Now, if circumstances change, you may need to adjust deadlines or even unassign a reviewer. So you can use the edit review button to extend the response due date, and the response rate or the review due date, change which files the reviewer can see, or adjust even the review form they are using. But in JICNA, this is not applicable, since like we do not have multiple forms. So this is helpful if a reviewer has asked for a little more time and you have agreed, or if a supplementary file was uploaded after you had first invited them. If a reviewer clearly cannot complete the task, for example, they have declined or they have gone silent after repeated reminders, then you could use the unassign viewer, or unassign or cancel the viewer. Their name and any partial work are effectively taken out of the active review, and you are then free to invite a replacement reviewer. Like for example, if you want to cancel this reviewer one, you would click on unassigned reviewer, and a little message will pop up which you would be able to adjust, and then you unassign a reviewer, and then you would be free to invite another reviewer if necessary. Remember that at JICNA we still need at least 2 valid reviews to base our decision on for a typical article. So if you unassign one reviewer, make sure you have invited others. Now when a reviewer submits the report, you will see read review, the next link to the name. So if you click the read review to see any comments indebted for the author, any comments for the editor only, and also you would see any reviewer files if they have uploaded, such as a manuscript with changes tracked. Now read the review in full, and if you can also give a star rating to the reviewer, and this is visible only to editors, and this helps build a sense over time of who provides thoughtful, punctual reviews. Now, at the bottom of this page, you would see a confirm button, and clicking confirm tells JICNA that you have read and acknowledged the review. The system can treat this review as complete, and importantly, it will unlock the option to thank the reviewer in the reviewers panel. Only confirm once you are satisfied that the review is usable and appropriate. Now, after you click confirm, the read review link is replaced by a thank reviewer link, and clicking the thank reviewer link will open a short email template thanking them for their contribution, and you can keep this message simple. Clicking thank reviewer will send this message. JICNA will log that the reviewer has been thanked, and it would say reviewer thanked. And it's a small step, but it helps sustain good relationships with the kind people who keep the journal going. Occasionally, you might confirm a review by mistake or realize afterwards that the review shouldn't be used. For example, because a conflict of interest has come light, or because you discover that the report was incomplete. So here is when you will make use of the revert decision link. Clicking revert decision will cancel the confirmation of that review, marks it again as submitted but not confirmed, and prevents its files and comments from being automatically included when you prepare your final decision letters for the authors. We would recommend to use this sparingly, and ideally document your reasoning in an internal note or in the submissions activity log, which you see here. It's there as a safety net for genuine mistakes or exceptional situations. Separate from the reviewer level actions, the JICNA also allows you to change your editorial decision on the submission itself in some circumstances. For example, if a manuscript was declined in error, you would see an option change decision, and you can revert the decline. So using this, or if the submission was wrongly accepted, then again you can click on change decision to restore the submission back to the previous stage, often back into review, and allow you to continue working normally. For example, to invite maybe another reviewer or to correct a misunderstanding. Again, we would recommend that this is used carefully and make sure your reasoning is clearly recorded. From an author's perspective, frequent changes of decision can be confusing, so reserve this for genuine mistakes or new substantial information. So to recap, the reviewers panel is where you manage the practical side of peer review for each manuscript, and as a section editor at JICNA, You should be comfortable to view and understand each review via the read, review details, email reviewer courteously when you need reminders or clarification, edit deadlines or unassign reviewers when circumstances change, confirm submitted reviews and thank reviewers properly, and in exceptional cases, revert review confirmation or editorial decision when a genuine error has been made. So combined with the previous videos, this gives you a complete toolkit for managing peer review in JICNA while upholding JICNA's standard of at least 2 independent reviews per article.